Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods. And you know what? I tell you what, we've got one of the best shows around. YouTube's #1 review show by a bear. That's right, and not only that, I tell you what, probably show prep for the rest of the Comicsgate and sort of a fandom menace crowd there as well. You know what? We sort of talk about things, just kind of haphazardly, and then all of a sudden, boom! They're top news stories all of a sudden. It's like, holy cow, that bear must be psychic or something. I should do that. I should do like a psychic bear reading where I can read your palms and tell you your future. You're all going to die. Eventually. Oh, let me turn this down. It's getting a little bit loud here. Maybe I can turn that down. Bear with bear. There we go. I'm just reading the levels here, so it was a little bit loud for people I don't know. So, all right. Well, gosh, I tell you what, enough of that jibber jabber, but I tell you what, we are on point, I tell you what, especially today. So we're going to get into some of the latest news here. You know what, Zach, not your boy Zach, but the other Zach Snider, that situation and the whole geeks and gamers, the geeks and grifters situation there. We're going to get into that in just a little bit, but hey, you know what, I wanted to kind of start out first, if I could. This is kind of like we always try to have a little bit of fun here. Keep it a little bit light and, not get too heavy into the issues or anything like that. This isn't a current event or political type situation or anything like that. Hey, we just try to have a little bit of fun here, but, you know what? Some of the stuff in the past week, and was listening with Uncle E last night and on his live stream, and actually he, amongst of other things, I hope his channel's still up. I caught it last night, and it's kind of a issue whether or not our good friends at YouTube were gonna strike down some of his toy videos. I tell you what, toy videos. Hey there, P Money, how you doing? They're gonna strike down some of his toy videos and stuff like that. It was crazy. So I saw that he was live right before I went to go live, do the video here. So hopefully he's still up and running and everything and doing well with all that. But you know what? Last night he was kind of listening, in addition to the stuff that he was talking about with YouTube, kind of an interesting opening up, I guess you could say, with Uncle E, talking a little bit about some of his time at the very end working with the DC folks over there and getting into what eventually became Comicsgate. Actually, it kind of was Comicsgate then, but we didn't really have that many artists around and everything, so kind of the beginnings of that and everything. And he was talking about how just kind of how run down he was by some of the people, especially people that he knew for like long, many years and stuff like that, being really run down, and kind of made the point of at the end of the day, we talk about cancel culture here. This is kind of what got started with the whole we see here the it can't happen here. So we kind of are talking a little bit about that, kind of in relationship with the Gina Carano situation and everything. So the whole cancel culture, what is the end point? What is the end point of all that? And he kind of made kind of a point that kind of stuck with Bear is, and not to get too deep into it, but we are kind of talking a little bit about it with some of the issues with the Zach Snider and the Geeks and Grifters situation there. The end result, a lot of that stuff was, he thought was basically, he felt that he was being driven towards suicide, which was kind of surprising to Bear. A lot of this stuff, you think Uncle E is kind of this gregarious sort of situation, always laughing and having a good time. So it was a little interesting to hear some of that stuff and kind of him opening up just a little bit about that. So, Bear wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about, just very briefly, since we're going to kind of delve into a little bit of the issues there. I tell you what, I've got one of the best audiences around here. One of the best audiences around, but you never know. You never know with some people. I think we're kind of like a nice little tight community and everything. So, if someone's out there and it has some of those feelings, depressed or gosh, this past 2020, one of the things that Bear started to do kind of early on in 2020 was get away from a lot of the serious issues and do some of the more lighthearted stuff, especially some of the reviews and stuff like that, box openings and, just having general fun with it because, a lot of people there were, stuck in their homes, maybe by themselves, so, trying to get out there and having people enjoy themselves a little bit, even if it's for just, 10 or 15 minutes a day or something like that. So, that was kind of the genesis for a lot of the videos and stuff like that for, at least the past year or so, just trying to keep everybody's spirits up and everything. So, I hope that was worked out for a lot of you, and none of you have any of those issues. But if you do, we do have a great community here, and we don't generally try to bring down the stream or anything like that. But just know that you're not alone out there. Not everybody hates you. There's a lot of us out there that are still trying to get along and everything. So hey, you know what? If you've got those sorts of feelings and everything like that, hey, just remember there is a wider world out there. More people out there kind of thinking maybe the way that you do than you realize. You might not know it with some of the stuff, with the pop culture and the big news and all that sort of stuff, really kind of runs you down and everything. So just wanted to kind of start off with that just a little bit there. Everybody's got their ups and downs. When Bear loses the salmon out of his hands, oh man, he gets depressed. I tell you what, in the deeps of depression there. But you know what? Never so much as to go that far or anything like that. So hopefully nobody out there is feeling those thoughts or anything like that. But hey, if you know someone who is, or maybe just kind of feeling down or something like that, hey, just try and cheer them up, or just know that you have people around that do care, and don't think as badly maybe on you as some of the other people out there. So anyways, Bear just wanted to get that off of his very large chest here. Yeah, a little bit of chest hair as well. Yes, indeed. So I just wanted to kind of start off with that because we are going to be kind of talking a little bit about some of those issues here in the live stream here today. So I just wanted to kind of jumpstart that a little bit. Let's see. P-Money. I'm surprised Bear hasn't been canceled being naked in all of his videos. Well, that's one of the things. I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the stuff has been waist up. A lot of bit of the waist up videos there. You don't really see too many of Bear's lower body. It's there. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised too. I think they have a little bit. It's kind of like the National Geographics and the libraries and stuff like that. It's like, oh well, that's nature. That's nature out there. So I think they let that go by. I hope they do. Hey, Rat Boy 367. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up as well. Thank you. P-Money. I treated my daughters to all you can eat sushi last night. That's right. Oh, P-Money, I hope it was delicious. Hope you got plenty of delicious sushi out there. Oh man, you're making Bear hungry here. He actually got done with the pizza not too long ago. The pizza man was kind of coming up to little Timmy McTimmerson's house, and Bear was out there foraging for some food and all. Hey, why not to deliver? Grrrrr! So we got a little bit of pizza. I delivered it right to Bear's door. Yes, indeed. That's good, P-Money. That's really good. I hope you enjoyed. Some good sushi. It's getting a little bit, especially down here. It's kind of hit or miss. Actually, our kind of local, our local grocery store actually does a really good sushi. You never know. With some of this stuff. I wouldn't want to go to kind of like a gas station sushi or anything like that. Oh, what happened with the sushi that you don't sell today? Well, we sell fresh sushi tomorrow with it. So, yes. So, all right. Well, let me get into it real quick here. Let me just kind of jumpstart everything. Let me get rid of this. Bear with Bear for just 1 second because I got to bring up an important article. We're going to be kind of talking a little bit briefly about, I don't want to say briefly, but we're going to be talking about the whole, man, oh man, I tell you what. I mean, Bear was kind of doing his stream the other day, and I forget if it was in this stream. I jumped in real quickly to Gary Shipman's stream just to say hello, and forget if it was in his stream or maybe in this stream, but somebody was saying, oh, hey, there's a stream going on with Zach Snider and, the guys over there at the Geeks and Gamers place. And, oh, okay, that's fine, whatever. I'm not a big Geeks and Gamers viewer or subscriber or anything like that. They're fine. I don't have anything against them or anything like that. But, it's always I've seen it this maybe a year or so ago. Seen a couple other videos, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's basically what everybody else is saying. So, if you want to see what everybody else is saying, go check out the Geeks and Gamers. I just never really. I found, the sort of nerdrotic or the Overlord DVD. Bear loves the good old Overlord DVD stuff. He had a really good show last night and everything, but that kind of does a little bit of the fandom menace, a little bit of the what was she going by now? It was Mecha Gamer a long time ago. I think it's like Mecha something or another now. She does a pretty good job. A couple of the other folks there as well. But anyways, they got in kind of a little tussle there between the two, and I tell you what, I don't think they really understand what they're getting into. But before we get into that, I want to kind of read a very brief article here. Let me bring it up here. We'll get to the It Can't Happen here. Oh, by the way, P Money, if you're still there, if you haven't run off yet, I do got up. I'm not going to apologize, darn it. But we have been using some of the little bit of the foul language, reading through a beautiful script that Bear wrote some years back, and don't want to turn off some of those people that kind of do a little bit more kind of family stuff. So we're going to do the script today, but we'll leave out some of the foul language there as well. So don't feel like you gotta kind of dip out halfway through or anything like that. Oh, good, he's here. All right, good. All right. Like he said, didn't want you to. Where's my mouse here? Didn't want you to dip out here, just for that. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Let me click off of this and click onto that. There we go. There we are. Let me take a quick drink. That's the stuff. All right. This comes from Glenn Reynolds at the New York Post. A quick article here. P Money says, "Oh, I'm in a different room than my kids." Oh, okay. I was kind of worried about that because we try to keep it a little bit. When Bear kind of first started, they had the whole. First it was the Vox Adpocalypse thing that went on, and then the Kappa stuff that was going on as well. I mean, Bear just started his channel, was trying to do a lot of kid-friendly. I want to say kid-friendly stuff, but not. You see a lot of the shows and everything's a F-bomb this and F-bomb that. I wanted to kind of stay away from that just a little bit, and oh man, then they screwed up all that stuff, and it was a mess. But yeah, we try to not keep it too filthy here on Bear Stream, unless he's tearing into salmon or something like that. All right, anyways. Let's see. Glenn Reynolds, New York Post. He's talking a little bit about the woke folks out there, cancel culture, and all that sort of stuff that's kind of going along with it. So we're going to read just a little bit of what he has to say. After Bear takes a drink, yes. And he says, if you look at what they do, this is the woke cancel culture people. If you look at what they do rather than what they say about themselves, it quickly becomes obvious that the woke are horrible, awful people. And they should be treated as such and reminded of this whenever they raise their head. Historically, it's not the good guys who are out burning books and censoring speech. It isn't the caring, empathetic people who try to destroy lives based on something someone said years ago, often while young, often taken out of context. It isn't the good guys who take undisguised glee at ruining lives, families, and careers. You know who does these horrible things? Horrible, awful people. Selfish people. People with, and follow along here, people with serious mental and emotional problems. Who seek some sort of vindication for their deficient characters by taking power trips while imposing suffering on others. That would be a very good definition, I think. And he goes on, or he concludes, I guess I should say. Treat these tyrants as what they are. Awful people who shouldn't be listened to and who need to work hard on joining the better half of the human race, and hopefully the bear race as well, and remind them of it over and over again because it's true. Deep down, they know it too. Yes. So that's Glenn Reynolds there writing at the New York Post, talking a little bit about kind of what we're kind of coming up against, and I suppose what was going on with like he said, I didn't watch it. Didn't watch the stream with the Zach Snider and the Geeks and Grifters sort of situation, but I think the sort of geeks and gamers people, I think they don't understand who they're kind of going up against, and they think that maybe if they, are friendly, invite people on and everything. Oh, we're not racist at all or anything like that. Then, oh well, hey, maybe they'll see the light and stuff like that. Not really. Like Mr. Reynolds says here, you basically got to treat these people, and I don't go around through life. I'm sure you don't go around through life, kind of not necessarily putting people down or anything like that, but definitely holding them to account, especially if they're trying to get rid of stuff like Pepe Le Pew, Pepe Le Pew. There we go. Or what was it, Dr. Seuss, and all this other stuff. Now, Bear thinks a lot of that is a little bit of a distraction from kind of the real issues that are going on and stuff like that, but it does kind of give a little bit of flavor of, what a lot of those people, as he calls them, tyrants, what he kind of, what they kind of look for and what they're kind of going after and everything. Like Uncle E says, basically they're trying to cancel your life as well. They want you to kind of end it and everything, which is just a horrible thing. So you need to take that to them. You need to take it to them. You can't just, it's great. You always want to laugh in the face of evil. You do. They horrible tyrants and stuff like that can't take mockery and stuff like that. So anytime you can do mockery and stuff like that, it's a good thing. But you can't always use humor. You really do need to kind of tell these people who they are. Tell them you don't care what they think about, oh, you're this or you're that. I don't care. So what? Who cares? And then go on with your life. That's one of the great things about the Comics Gate and that sort of situation is basically it's setting up kind of almost a parallel economy almost, so you can't get published here. You can't raise money there for your project or something like that. Well, hey, you come to the crowd here in the crowdfunding site, and obviously you got to build up your channel and everything. You got to be able to promote and all this other stuff. You got to actually be kind of a entertainer, I suppose, out there, kind of entertaining people. But at the same time, you can't take any guff. I gotta say guff in front of P Money. Yes. He says, when I was 8, I told a girl she was a duty head. I should probably get canceled. Yes. We're still in a pandemic, but the media should focus on children's books and toys. Yes. Bear could say things about the old pandemic, but gosh, how many different ways is this channel going to be canceled here? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. There's a couple different ways it could probably get canceled and everything, but that's all right. That's all right, because, and this kind of goes back to the sort of I call them geeks and grifters, geeks and gamers. The sort of situation there where, it goes back to sort of the I think it was Andrew Breitbart who was talking about, whenever you go to kind of a news site or something like that, you read the article, but you also want to read the comments. That's actually where a lot of the action is in the comment section of these places. So, kind of the same thing here. So you see the chat and stuff like that. That's really where kind of a lot of the stuff at. Geeks and Gamers wouldn't be a really huge site if it weren't for all the fans and the people coming to it. And obviously he's delivering a product that they want and everything, or want to check out. But you really got to kind of understand your audience. And I think that's where they completely, can I say screw the pooch? Can I say screw the pooch, P-Money? I'm not sure. They messed up royally there. So basically kind of what happened was, let's see, it was... well, they started out. Let's kind of go back to the very beginning. You had Zach Snider, who did the Batman versus Superman movie. I don't think it was that good of a movie, but whatever. Some people enjoyed it. So they went on to do the Justice League movie. He gets about halfway through, I think, maybe about 3/4 of the way through the movie, and has a tragic situation that was going on in his kind of home life and everything. Unfortunately, I believe it was his daughter, took her life. And so he had to take some time off, and turned out to go to oh, what's that weirdo's name? The male feminist, Josh Whedon. Josh Whedon, and so Josh Whedon kind of finishes up the film. The film is released, and people say, actually, I think the best part of that film was the digitally removing of Superman's mustache. The actor who played Superman had to come back, because they had to do some reshoots and stuff like that while he was shooting. I believe it was one of the Mission Impossible movies, and had this had this huge like Tom Selleck mustache, and it was in the contract that he couldn't shave it or anything like that. They had to digitally remove the oh man, I tell you what, a mustache clad, maybe even evil Superman, that would have been great. But no, the male feminist over there, Josh Whedon, couldn't figure that out. So anyways, they put out the movie and everything, and people didn't really like it, so they demanded the Zach Snider cut, which there was never a Zach Snider cut. He never finished it. He had somebody else come in and finish it, and apparently rewrite some of the stuff. Anyway, so we flash forward. A lot of the people, I don't know if it was part of the fandom menace. There might have been some people in the fandom menace that came out. I think it was just mainly Zack Snyder fans who wanted a quote-unquote Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. And, the very brief amount of film work that Bear's done, when you come up with a terrible product, you can't really improve it with, hey, let's shoot another couple scenes and kind of pigeonhole them in there, and maybe it'll taste a lot better. It's kind of like you get a really bad meal, but hey, let's put some sauce on there and maybe it'll be better. No, it's still a terrible meal. It might go down a little bit easier with the sauce. But so anyways, they came out with the Zack Snyder cut, released it to the I don't know why they call it HBO Max. It should be like WB, Plus or Max or something like that. Anyways, HBO Max comes out with it, and he's coming out and trying to promote it. And for whatever reason, I'm not sure what the situation was. There was a sort of a charity stream, I guess, where they're raising money for suicide prevention. Oh, it's a great cause. And they had Zack Snyder come in as, I suppose, a guest. I think they were watching the movie or something like that, and he was kind of commenting along with it. And I don't know if it was first thing in or just kind of along the way. Basically, it was like, and yeah, I don't support, or I don't recognize anything about the Geeks and Gamers folks. They're all a bunch of haters. Hate group and all this sort of. You've heard, the deal. You've heard it. If you're in anything to do with Comicsgate, you know all about the sort of stuff there. So he basically kind of shoots himself in the foot there, and kind of puts down all the fans there that came out to either see him or see some of the people from the Geeks and Gamers squad. I don't think Jeremy was there. I think it was kind of his crew or something like that. Anyways, they continued on with the show without putting the smackdown. So that's kind of why we have this sort of Glenn Reynolds piece here. Is you see people, like he says, horrible, awful people, selfish people in Hollywood. No. People with all these sort of things. They're trying to take out some sort of vindication on the fans, and they want to either virtue signal or kind of make their mark and everything. So that's terrible. They should have kicked him from the stream. Well, I don't know, maybe not kick, but say, hey, Zach, what's the deal, dude? We're no hate group or anything. Apparently there was something that happened in Atlanta probably the other day or something like that, where they had it was I think it was some sort of mass shooting or something like that, and now all of a sudden it is we are very, very pro Asian American. And we don't want any discrimination against Asian Americans or anything like that. Well, congratulations. I've been talking about that for like 2 weeks. Let me put this back up. Let me put it back up here, in case you guys are. Where's my mouse? There it is. Gotta catch the mouse. So we've been talking about that. The guys in the background there. That's Japanese American Nisei, I guess I should say. They fought in World War II in a segregated unit against, how shall I put this, other supremacist, the mid-20th century Central European superpower, supremacist people. We've been talking about that for a couple weeks. So I like he said, like we said earlier, this is a lot of show prep for for the Comics Gate and Fandom Menace people because hey, we're already there. So Zach Snider, I proudly display the hashtag ComicsGate or hashtag Fandom Menace. You want to call me a hater? Come on, bring it. I got the script. You a great movie maker. Come on, let's do it. I can. $1 million. It's all yours. It's all yours, Zach. It's all yours. You can prove how just lovely and great you are. Virtue signal all across the fruited plain here. How our great Asian Americans are just the best, and we should not have any discrimination against them. I mean, forget about what all that stuff happened, in the internment camps and yada yada yada. I mean, we need to be there for them and everything. That's why. Yeah, come on, Zach. Bring it. Hashtag ComicsGate. Hashtag Fandom Menace. I would love to see it. So that's how you do it, people. That's how you do it. You bring it to them instead of, oh gosh, I don't, should I say, kind of roostered out, I guess I should say. Cock-a-doodle-doo, I think I should say. There we go. Anyways, you shouldn't do that. So that's where Jeremy and his gang went wrong. What was it? His brand was soiled. Oh my God, my brand. Your brand is your fans, Jeremy. I'm sorry. May I call you Jeremy? I don't know you. Pardon me, sir, Mr. Geeks and Gamers. That's your fans. So it was really interesting. Either I think it was that night or maybe the next night where I was watching a little bit of the Nerdrotic stream, and they were getting pretty angry in there, and it was basically a hug fest between a lot of the main characters there, and a lot of the people in the chat weren't too happy with what was going on and everything. So you really got to make sure that you're not treating your chat, your fans with any disrespect. And here I am disrespecting. I got like 5 different things from P Money I need to read off. But anyways, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be disrespecting your fan. And just know that Hollywood isn't your friend. I mean, I don't think anybody would have turned down Zack Snyder if he wanted to come on and talk about his average movie Justice League. I don't think anybody would have turned that down, but I don't think you should, once he insults you and your fans, especially your fans, I don't think you should be sitting there and saying, "Oh yes, Mr. Zack Snyder, you're the best, sir. Oh, your slow motion stuff is just the best." I mean, I can start to watch an action scene, start to make some popcorn and come back, and maybe around then that's the first punch or something like that. It just goes so slow and everything. All right, here I am avoiding the chat here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know much about the Geeks and Gamers story too much. I didn't know much either, but I figured we should comment on it and stuff like that. Depends on the character. Actually, like Cyborg, but Flash was so annoying. Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. Is it the character that's annoying, or is it the actor that's playing the character that's annoying? I think it would be the actor that's playing the character. Let's see, I lost my place. Unfortunately, it's really expensive to stream Justice League in Canada. I'll just wait to rent it on iTunes. Can you see? This is one of the things that Bear doesn't know about how they do the streaming stuff. So I mean, there's all this stuff like on Netflix and this or that. Oh, you got to check out this. Oh, I don't have it. What do you want me to do here? So yeah, hopefully they can put it up on iTunes. I'm sorry that it's so expensive for you up there in Canada really for like I haven't heard too many great things about the I keep wanting to call them the WB Plus. It's the HBO Plus. HBO Max Play. Who cares? Anyways, I don't know why. I don't know why it's so expensive. I meant streaming the Snyder Cut. Comics Bear is a hater of people who don't put enough food in their trash bins. That's true. And he's also a hater of all the artists that don't put any gosh darn salmon whenever he's opening up a box, trying to rip into it. I'm hoping for once that it's finally some home delivered salmon for Bear, and it's always comic books. I mean, comic books are great, but you can't really eat I guess you can eat comic books, but they don't taste that delicious. Hey, Marco for Anthony. Let me guess, something dumb happened. No, no. Like he said, I mean, at the very beginning of the show, we are show prep for Comicsgate YouTube and Fandom Menace YouTube. We're talking about stuff that who was talking about violence against Asian Americans 2 weeks ago? Nobody but Bear. Nobody but Bear. All right. Let's see. Mr. Bay, the explosions and product placement in all your movies is so exceptional. And he's Marco for Anthony says he's not really interested in Marvel DC films anymore. You know what? They've been playing the what's the Marvel one? It's like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought that was a movie. Like I was like, okay, I don't know if we have any theaters open here. We've got a lot of stuff open here in Florida, but I haven't seen too many movie theaters open. I think a lot of them just closed down, but I thought it was a movie. So I was like, oh, no, it's a streaming show. It's like, oh, is there enough there for like 7 episodes or 10 episodes or however many episodes that is? I don't know. So I don't really, the only thing that I would be somewhat interested in would be the Blade movie. And only if they made it that rated R, but it's at Disney and they're not going to do that. So I think the guy that's playing it would be pretty cool. I think he was in some, I'm trying to remember what he's been in, but some good stuff there. Always man, they missed out. They missed out on a chance to bring Wesley Snipes back. I mean, he's done his time for his tax evasion and everything. You got to bet on black. You gotta bring back Wesley Snipes. I mean, come on, you got to bring him back. Make him sort of the Chris Christopherson role and kind of handing off to I forget who the actor's name was, but kind of handing it off that way, kind of that sort of situation. That would have been a cool Blade movie. I don't think they're gonna do anything of the sort. They're gonna screw it up somehow. Not even in the game. A lot of those are lackluster lately. The DC Marvel games. Okay. I've been playing the Red Dead Redemption 2 game. Just riding around in my horse. Riding around my horse and pretending to be a human and shooting animals. I just wanted to see what it was like. Change of pace just a little bit there. So, been playing that a little bit, and that's really been about it. That's kind of a fun game and everything. I might think about doing kind of. I don't know anything about Twitch. I don't know anything about the sort of, or maybe even on YouTube here. I suppose they have kind of a sort of a gaming section. So I don't know, gaming with Bear. I suppose we can kind of run through that. I was kind of thinking about doing Red Dead Redemption as kind of a. I'm going off on a side topic here. I think about doing a Red Dead Redemption 2 kind of playthrough as a counterpoint. It's really interesting. I don't know if that many people have kind of picked up on it. I picked up on it on the first game, and they really kind of brought it through on the second game, where it was very libertarian, almost pro-liberty, anti sort of big government. And in the second one, oh my gosh, it was so much very anti-socialism. Man, oh man. I mean, a lot of that stuff was really interesting. And, I mean, with some of the stuff out in the gaming world these days, I didn't expect that, but that story, man, oh man, that was great. That was great. So I don't know. I might want to think about doing something like that. Maybe after we're finished. I keep forgetting I have my logo up here after we get finished with the script story. I didn't actually plan on going that far in the script. So, hey, here we are. So anyways, that might be something kind of look forward to. I don't know if that many of you are very interested in the video game sort of section and doing stuff like that, but just kind of a commentary kind of on our, again, kind of like what we're doing here, a commentary on everyday stuff, kind of modern day stuff, but we're looking at it through a lens of history. So something like that with Red Dead Redemption, that might be kind of interesting, but I don't know. I don't know how many fans of that out there are there. Let's see. Bear riding a horse. Yes. He doesn't think the physics work. Well, I got the big horse, the sort of when they give it to you in the very first of the game. Hosea kind of brings it up, and it's like this huge black horse. I forget the name of the horse, but anyways, it was like, gigantic. You need a ladder to get up to it. So maybe one of those. Maybe one of those. Bear is playing on Oculus motion controls. You must do a video game let's play, but you must show the bear claw using the control. I could do it, but man, that would be hard. That would be hard. So it might be kind of like a static. I don't know how I would do that. I don't know how I would do. There's a good reason why I'm not on camera right now. It's a little hard to breathe sometimes. So that would be an issue. That would be an issue sometimes. So I don't know. All right. Well, I got off on a wild distraction here. Where was I? I think this is kind of a good point to. Heck, let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. We'll go ahead and do our. We're doing a little bit of a screenplay script that Bear was writing here. Kind of initially, like he said, we are prophetic. Prophetic. I can see the future. Yes, I can. Ask me to do your fortune. 995. What was the lady? Miss Cleo? Call me now for your free bear reading. Yeah, man. So we're doing a kind of commentary on sort of everyday things. Commentary on cancel culture, I suppose. Kind of the thing that started it off with is the Gina Carano situation, how she got fired and everything, and she kind of made I forget Instagram something post talking about the what was going on in the mid-20th century Central European superpower at the time, and kind of how that would relate to kind of what was going on today. And the only thing that Bear took issue with was kind of the what's the theory called? I forget the name of the theory where you just jump straight to that. The Goodwin theory. I didn't want to do the whole Goodwin theory. You can actually say some of that stuff without actually talking about the mid-20th century Central European superpowers. So we were trying to, I guess, compare it with what we were talking about in the script and everything. So what was this? Bear the Seer. Ah, yes, indeed. Bomba clock reading. Yes, indeed. The Oracle for the Ages. A harbinger of fate. A game theory. Yes. All right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up some things here. So a little bit of trying to get everything organized here. Let me take a drink. All right. So anyways, we're trying to talk about kind of current events, cancel culture, the Gina Carano situation, and basically how you don't have to do a Goodwin theory. You can actually kind of relate it to some stuff that happened in real life. So Bear kind of went out and kind of dug up an old screenplay that he had. Kind of wrote it about 4 years ago or so. Excuse me. Wrote it about 4 years ago or so. And thought, hey, maybe this might be a good time to kind of talk about some of this stuff. So what he did kind of basically, if you haven't been around, I'm not going to jump through everything here. Check out a couple different videos. This is, what is it, Volume 8? Volume 8? Holy cow. Did not intend on going this long. But we're talking about these folks here. It's called the 442nd Infantry Division the Regimental Combat Team. Regimental Combat Team over in France. And kind of how you had a segregated unit of what were called Nisei soldiers, the Japanese-American soldiers. They were segregated out and everything. So I'll just kind of jump through it real quickly. Our kind of title kind of comes from a book called It Can't Happen Here by Sinclair Lewis. And if you've actually been with us, you've actually known what finally happens to his son. His son was there. So it was kind of an interesting kind of circle back around, I guess you suppose. Well, technically, this would be volume 7.5. I think one of those was only half screenplay. How dare you? How dare you, Marco Fuente? I suppose so. Well, actually, one of them was like 2.5 hours long. I don't want to go that long. All right, so we're talking about this, and our main character witnessed the attack on Pearl Harbor. Good old folks over there at the FBI came by and knocked on his family's door. Father had an issue with the local union. He was teaching people English and all that sort of stuff. FBI had all these people written down on a list. They came and grabbed them first thing that happened, and detained them. Everything. Well, our main character kind of took umbrage to that and kind of get in the way. So the FBI took the whole family with them, and finally ended up took them into the mainland over in California to Santa Anita. So it was a racetrack that they finally turned into what would be a assembly area, which is a euphemism, kind of a euphemism name for a internment camp. So they were interning them there, and finally went on to a place called Heart Mountains. So we're talking about it was in Wyoming. So they're taking all these Japanese American people. Hey, Zach Snider, are you listening up? They took all the Japanese American people and brought them from the coast, from places you might know, like California. You saw that Santa Anita place there. That was actually in LA. You could probably go to it right now and check it out. Might be able to see it there. I think they still have horse races there. I'm not sure. Anyways, I took them from Santa Anita to a place here in Heart Mountain where they had, let me see if I can find a picture here. That's what was labeled an internment camp. They interned a whole bunch of Japanese Americans in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. Actually, it's right near Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park, and had them behind kind of barbed wire and everything. Yes, indeed. Are you listening up, Zach Snider? Are you listening up out there? Let's see. P Money says, "Were you there when I first found out the first time yesterday? FBI is national and CIA is international." Well, I don't know. It might be a little bit of both, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so our main character, Kenji, kind of gets involved with a, I suppose, underground group of people who are just trying to get their lives back and everything. A gentleman here named Frank Emery kind of comes up with a group called the No Boys. He says, no, we're not going to go off to war. Not while our families are, being interned and everything. So what happened was, in our fictional story here, the group kind of is protesting against, they're going to have some recruiters come in and take them off, send them off into the army and everything. So they says, we're not going to do that and everything. So they started to protest and everything. Excuse me here. So they start protesting and everything. Kenji's father comes out, tries to separate his son from, the people that are jailing them, I suppose. And unfortunately, a series of incidents there, and his father gets shot, and Kenji has to avoid getting into trouble. This was actually what ended up happening was the largest mass trial in U.S. history. Are you listening, Zach Snider? Are you listening out there? The largest trial in U.S. history. Largest mass trial. It was a whole bunch of people there, and they were arrested and sent to Leavenworth only because they says, hey, we don't want to fight for the U.S. government while our families are being locked up by the U.S. government. That would be Democrat FDR, just if we're paying attention here. So, with our story here, very briefly, Kenji ends up joining up in the army and getting sent over to France. He's sent over into what was called Grrrrr, and then off into a place called Bifontaine. Some of the most bloody battles in World War. Well, I won't say bloody battles. There was plenty of them, but one of the most bloody battles in World War II here, at least for the American troops, for the U.S. Army troops here in France. Whole lot of stuff happened there. If you want to check that out, you can go back to one of the previous videos here. But they're fighting over there in France, and a little town called Bifontaine, or excuse me, this is Grrrrr. They fought there and then went on. There it is. They're fighting in Grrrr's there. Yep. I'm trying. Sorry, people. I'm trying to get. I got so many darn pictures here. They fought in Grrrr's. Huge battle there. Nice little town and everything, but very bloody and everything. After they got finished with all that, let's see. Let me bring up a picture of Kenji here. Let me bring up a picture just so we can kind of. Where is it? Oh, for crying out loud, I lost it. Oh, I lost my place, people. Bear with bear. Bear with bear here. I got so many. Dang you, OBS. I tell you, you got so many things. I'm still trying to figure all this out. But anyways, you have Kenji here. There he is. And they're gonna go off and they fought that first battle there. And actually, where is he? I got too many things here. Kenji actually is fighting with a friend of his that's a dog, and a tip hat to P-Money here. His dog name is Sushi. Yes, indeed. So they're together there, and they're actually engineers. So they're out in the woods one day when Jeep comes up with his old lieutenant there, or staff sergeant, and they come up and they says, "Hey, we need your help. Because there is a lost battalion out there." So after they captured Grrrr's, they went on and everything, and if you see up there at the very top where it says 141st Texans, the 141st, I want to say they were a segregated unit, but they were a all Texan unit. So the all Japanese unit is fighting with the all Texan unit. The all Texan unit says, "Hey, we're going to be charging headlong for the Germans, headlong into the border there." So they kind of go out way ahead while our Japanese friends are kind of rounding up the Germans there in France. Well, the Texans end up what was called the Lost Battalion. They ended up getting surrounded by the Germans there. So our story, our video the other day was talking about, how the 442 was, trying to rescue the 101st Battalion there, and a lot of the stuff that was going on. I mean, holy cow, you had people, fighting against tanks with rifles and everything. So it was a very, very bloody battle and everything. And the biggest thing was the artillery that was coming down and everything. So let me see if I can. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Hello, Zach Snider. Welcome to the chat. Yes. Hey, Zach. Bear is the most equal opportunist bear. He'll eat us all. Yes, I will. Yeah. Until bear season, until the tables turn. Yes. And sushi. You say the dog is sushi. Which sushi California roll? Oh, which sushi? California roll, shrimp roll, or cucumber roll? There was a whole... I had kind of like half an act where it mainly talked about the boot camp, I suppose, that they went to and everything. So there was a whole issue there where they had the dogs. They brought all these dogs, they had people that volunteered their dogs for military service, even the little poodles and everything. So they had all these dogs, and they were trying to train them to sniff out the Japanese. So they wanted to use these dogs over in the Pacific Theater whenever they were going into the woods. Hey, Fido, go get those Japanese people. So they were trying to do that. So they went out to, ironically enough, an island called Cat Island. So they were training dogs on Cat Island, which is out in the Gulf of Mexico, just south of Mississippi, I believe. So they brought all the Japanese Nisei from the internment camps and says, "Hey, we've got these dogs that are going to be training to come find and bite and try and kill you." So they sent them out into the woods and let the dogs loose, and the dogs would try to go find them and everything. Well, there's just one kind of downside to that, and that's whenever you go around the world, there's you have different people eat differently. They have different cologne or different soaps and stuff like that. So even though you had people that were Japanese American, they didn't smell, quote unquote, like Japanese to the dogs. So they were kind of, their plans got foiled on that sense. So one of the things that I was talking about with the script that I never kind of went with was they had this crazy guy that was training the dogs. This is all true. This is all real life. So they had the guy training him, and the dogs, biting, trying to bite and get onto Kenji and, basically kill him. So he was asking Kenji, what do you eat, at home and everything? And he's like, well, we eat sushi, and it's like, well, the dog's trying to eat you, so maybe we should call the dog Sushi. So that's how the name Sushi came about. Was the dog was actually trying to eat our main character. Our main character has been very maligned here. Unfortunately lost his pops, and then his dog wants to kill him. It's a tough life. It's a tough life. Tough life for a main character here. All right, let me see. I'm going to try this and see if it works. And if it doesn't, gosh darn it. But I tried to do this the last time, and it didn't quite work because I didn't have this plugged in. So we're gonna watch a little movie here. Watch it. Oops, that's feedback. Hold on. All right, I can do that. All right, I'm gonna try this, but I don't know if it's going to work. Go back menu. There we go. I have to watch the levels here to see if it works. So let Bear know in the chat if you can't hear anything, because I gotta take off my headphones here real quick. But got a quick movie. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Let's see if I can bring it up. Get full screen. Get it full screen, and that would help if you guys could see it too. It would. Let's see, display capture. And of course that's covering it. Naturally. And this is from our folks at, where is this from? I don't know. I'll share it at the end. All right, let's see if this works. Ah, gosh darn it. I hope it works. Headphones are off. Let's see. And bring up the sound. Okay. I don't know why it's doing it. Okay, let's see if this works.
Carefully loaded into 155mm artillery shells, vital supplies are fired to men of the 141st Infantry Regiment, 36th Division, trapped behind enemy lines. 442nd Combat Team, composed of American citizens of Japanese ancestry.
Okay, well, which one is it? Bring up the volume or...
World War II. Here,
I can't
over
hear.
tough terrain in the Vosges forests of France, they advance
Bring it
in
up.
the face of strong enemy resistance. Battalion members get supplies. Rescued at last after 6
All right.
days under incessant fire from...
Let me go back. Okay, unplug that. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Whoa. He says, oops. Okay, can I hear myself? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, all right. Let's see. Mark Free Anthony says, whoa, and then never mind. Yeah, I don't know. It's the volume control on the speakers. So this is really kind of janky. I really kind of janked. We hear what we are hearing in the restream. You'll hear what we are hearing in the restream. Oh, okay. Let me try it. Let me just... do I want to try it again? Let me see. I want to bring up the microphone, okay. Well, anyways. You can mute it. You can mute it there and get the gist of what was going on. Anyways, so what was happening is we can hear it. Okay. Okay, good. Get out of that. Get out of that. There we are. All right. Okay, good. Well, if the goal was to me having here, if the goal was to have me hear ringing in my ears, it worked perfectly. Have me hear. Okay. That's an odd sentence there, P-Money. I don't know how to say that. But anyways. So long story short, they were surrounded and being trapped by the Germans. Let's see. Here we are. And our main character is an engineer, so he's being sent up and trying to find the mines in the way and everything. So here's a couple pieces of mines. There we are. There we are. Here we are. And by the way, I found this the other day. So if you guys want to check this out, our main man here, Billy Tucci. That's right, Billy Tucci actually did something on this called The Lost Battalion. Sergeant Rock. How about that? Well, if the goal was to have me hear ringing in my ears, it worked perfectly. Okay. Yes. I'm sure that's English somewhere. Maybe Canadian English. Anyway, so our main character there, engineer, trying to go out and find mines with his lovable dog, Sushi. Yes. And let's see. Anything else? Sorry, people. I gotta scroll through so many pictures. Yeah, so I already showed that. But I'll bring it up anyways. All right, so there's where we are. Let me see if I can move it. There we are. So you can kind of see some of the dates there and where they're headed to. So they're kind of headed to this. Oh, you can't see my mouse, but the little blue area where it says Trappindasols. They're trying to move through the area. They came across. If you see right before there, they have the tank. There's a giant tank. So we had the had the guys fighting a tank. And they had a bazooka guy that kind of took out the tank, but then the artillery came down and trapped our guys underneath the tree. So that's actually where we're picking up here. So let me see. I don't know. Do we want to leave that picture up, or that's kind of what it looks like. So I can do both, I guess. I can do both. Well, I don't know. Both of them are kind of in the way. All right. Let me just resize it. There we are. So there's our main character and his lovable dog. Lovable dog Sushi. Yes, indeed. Let me get rid of that. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to pick it up where we left off. Right before I read. Let's see. Oh, everybody's laughing in the chat. And he has a comma shaker. That tank sure looks like a dog. Yeah. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Exterior. Huts pass night. The crude foxhole is shelter from the rain of German shells. A fallen tree provides cover overhead. Incoming. Explosions. Truth is the last person Kenji would share a foxhole with. Incoming. Explosions. A mix of tree branches and bodies litter the forest floor. Those men spend their last night on Earth in bloody agony. Incoming. Explosions. Sushi is scared. Kenji tries to comfort his friend. Incoming. Yet Michael Bay. Yeah. I wouldn't mind Michael Bay doing this. I mean, I think he would be fine. You know, a lot of people diss Michael Bay. I don't diss Michael Bay. But hey, you know what? Zach Snider, if he's out there, I got it for you right here. $1 million. That's what Bear will sell it to you for. $1 million. Let me get it. Exterior. Huts pass morning. Sushi tugs on Kenji's arm, but doesn't want to leave the safety of the foxhole. But he doesn't want to leave the safety of the foxhole. Kenji looks around, but Truth is gone. Kenji relents and crawls out of the foxhole. Days earlier, there were 100 men in K Company. I'll repeat that. Days earlier, there were 100 men in K Company. Today, less than half remain. Kenji follows Sushi through the maze of timber and corpses. Medic Ibuka. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do this. Okay, so sometimes beer messes up royally and forgets some of the stuff that he wrote about a long time ago. Here he is, right here. Let me click off of this. There he is, right there. We sometimes mix like fictional characters and real characters. So this was actually a real character, or a real person. Oh, forgive me, real person. So there he is, right there. Actually, a Medal of Honor winner. I should have mentioned that earlier. Did some crazy stuff over there. So I just wanted to mention that real quick. Was actually a real person. So we do kind of mix. What is even reality bear? That's true. These are true. Yes. No. We mix in some of the real and the fiction. So this is a historical fiction. But there he is. I just wanted to make note of that. All right. With questionable casting. That's true. What was it? Macaulay Culkin was going to be one? I don't know. All right. We continue. Let's see. Medikabuko leads a stretcher team down Marker 6, which is a medium-sized hill. An MG nest opens fire, and they are cut down. Kenji, with rage in his eyes, rushes the MG nest. Bang, 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 bang. Several... Can I say this? Let's see. Testing YouTube. Wehrmacht. Can we say Wehrmacht? Several German soldiers are hit. More German soldiers reinforce the MG nest. Kenji advances from tree to tree and fires from the hip. Bang, 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 ping! The 7-round clip flies past. German grenades. Boom! Kenji ducks behind the German tank and holds Sushi tight. The dog is nervous from all the explosions. The German tank got taken out. It's not working. Several yards away, he spots Truth lying against a fir tree, doubled over in pain. Boom! Sushi breaks free and escapes into the wilderness. Kenji, get back here! Kenji scans the hazy woods but can't spot Sushi. He reloads the M1 rifle and fires at the MG nest. Bang, 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 bang! One of the soldiers is hit. In the confusion, Kenji crawls over to Truth. Barely alive. Truth grabs Kenji's arm and hands him the picture of Kenji's sister, which, by the way, let me pull that up. Kenji and Truth were in the same internment camp together, and Truth was taking a picture of Kenji's sister, and I thought I had it. Here we are. There she is. So something like that. So he has a picture, something like that. Truth says, she made me really happy. Before Kenji can thank his friend, Truth passes. 2 German soldiers flank his position. Let me click off of that. 2 German soldiers flank his position. Without emotion, Kenji attaches his bayonet and rushes forward. Bang, bang! The German soldiers fire back from a shallow trench. One soldier misses Kenji by inches. The other hits him in the leg. Kenji flinches, but hobbles forward. He closes ranks and stabs a German soldier in the neck. Bang! Ping! By the way, this is going to get very bloody. Very bloody, P-Money, so I just want to let you know. Kenji blows off the German soldier's face. The second soldier nervously reaches for his sidearm. In one swift movement, Kenji slices through the first soldier and smacks the other with the butt end of his rifle. The second German soldier fires wildly into the air. Kenji thrusts his bayonet into the soldier's intestines, spilling him onto the trench floor. Whiz! A third German soldier fires at Kenji. He ducks below the trench, slicing deeper through the second German soldier. The man gurgles on his own blood. Kenji scans the forest, can only see a few feet ahead. Snap! Would love to see Bear's SFX budget. Yeah, there we go. Kenji scans the forest, can only see a few feet ahead. This is all me, people. This is all me. Snap! The third soldier aims at Kenji. Bark! From the forest, Sushi jumps the German soldier. Bang! Yelp! Enraged, Kenji rushes the soldier and tackles him to the ground. With one hand, he pops out the soldier's eye socket. With the other, he rips out his throat. Kenji looks down at the bloody mess. Another youth caught in this horrible war. Sushi, laid out nearby, takes his last remaining breaths. Kenji tries to console his friend as best he can. Flashing by, someone yells out, well, Big Mo yells out, Banzai! The big target rushes the hill, taking out as many German soldiers as he can with his BAR light machine gun. Let me see if I can... There we are. I thought this was a cool picture. Banzai! The big target rushes the hill, taking out as many German soldiers as he can with the BAR light machine gun. Kenji gets up. The only way. Forward! Exterior. German trenches. Smoke and snow covered marker 6. Kenji advances. Several yards behind Big Mo. Along a shallow trench dug in the hill crest. Let me try that again. Oh man, yeah, people are sad about poor Sushi. Yes, yeah. Well, it's not over. It's not over, Marco 4, Anthony. Just wait. Smoke and snow cover marker 6. Kenji advances. Several yards behind Big Mo, along a shallow trench dug in the hill crest. Out of ammo for the M1, he sees a lone Thompson submachine gun lying in the mud. Kenji picks it up, racks around, and looks to see where the Thompson came from. All right, that's long enough. That's long enough. We got to, got to continue here. Got to keep moving. Got to keep moving forward. Kenji picks it up and racks around. He looks to see where the Thompson came from. Bodies of K Company soldiers are stacked like cordwood along the MG nest. He can't help these men. Ahead, Big Mo runs into a small bunker dug through the hill, fires the BAR from his hip, and takes the fight to the enemy. Boom! A grenade explodes. Big Mo disappears into a cloud of smoke. Kenji rushes into the bunker. I'm sorry, Peabody. We will continue. Interior bunker continuous. The tight quarters provide protection for 3 to 4 soldiers. An exit leads out to the other side of marker 6. Kenji looks around. The remains of Big Mo and the other soldiers are splattered along the wall. Groan! The roof supports have been damaged by the explosion. From a side tunnel, a huge soldier grabs Kenji, and the two wrestle over the Thompson machine gun. Kenji pulls the trigger and blasts the roof with the submachine gun fire. Snap! The roof supports break and cause a partial collapse. Dirt and wood rain down from above. Huge soldier throws Kenji aside and smashes him against the Huge soldier throws Kenji aside and smashes him against the barrack wall. Snap! As the roof collapses even further, huge soldier takes out a knife Kenji gets back up and faces him. The huge soldier slashes at Kenji and thrusts in for the kill. Kenji dodges the first attack and hollows out for the second. He grabs, with both hands, the huge soldier's knife arm and pins it against a fallen beam. But the huge soldier uses his weight and height to push the knife closer and closer. Crack! Huge soldier screams. Huge soldier falls onto his own knife and fillets himself. Snap! The roof gives way. Blood, dirt, and timber all fall down. Exterior. Marker 6, moment later. Kenji crawls out as the roof quickly collapses in on itself. The underground bunker is filled in with dirt and debris. Kenji presses forward behind enemy lines. The Germans have two uses for Marker 6. Hold off the rescuers from the 442nd and keep the 141st Texans trapped on the Trappendessel. I'm getting better at these. Kenji makes his way down the narrow trench. Mist and smoke keeps his vision limited. Bump. A German soldier rounds the corner. Surprised to see each other, Kenji instinctively headbutts the man, grabs the MP40, and blasts the German soldier with his own weapon. Marco 4 Anthony says, Kenji is becoming Snake from Metal Gear Solid. I hope not. I mean, I hope I'm making him a little bit more human than that. But okay, he's gonna come across Sorrow. Oh no! And is that the one where they have to what is it? Eject the disc or take out the memory card or something like that? Ah, good game. Good game. I actually liked Metal Gear Solid 5. That was a pretty good one. I just never got past the second or third chapter. If you didn't ever finish the game, Metal Gear Solid 5 was great. All right, enough of that jibber jabber. Let's continue. Kenji takes a breath. Woozy leans against the trench wall, and with his first aid kit, patches his own leg. Incoming. Explosions! Marker 6 is targeted by the Germans. Kenji hobbles forward. Adrenaline keeps him moving towards the lost battalion. Fire comes from the hills behind. Excuse me. Fire comes from the hills behind. I and K companies move in. The German soldiers hold on. Kenji shuffles ahead, zombie-like, searching the gray void. A bullet can come from any direction. Kenji trips and falls down. A damaged artillery shell rests at his feet. Inside is food, medicine, batteries, and cigarettes. Kenji takes the cigarettes. Before he gets back up, Kenji spots a thin wire attached between two tree trunks. The wire leads over to a mine. Kenji crawls over to the bouncing Betty and disarms it. Relieved, Kenji bravely presses forward. Kenji bravely presses forward. Marco 4 Anthony says, you essentially fake your death in game and have to take a revival capsule to bring yourself back. While you're unconscious, Snake is confronted by Sorrow and all the souls of the enemies you kill in game. Yeah, when Beer was doing it, he's trying to do the non-lethal one, like in Metal Gear 5. And I think the other one from PlayStation 3. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was hard. The one with Raiden. Yeah, that weirdo. All right, enough about that. Enough jibber jabber. Exterior. Source Lesioff later. Bodies, hundreds of bodies, lie quietly around a small spring. 250 or more German corpses are in the high grounds along the spring. The Americans lay in the hill beyond. The Trappendessel. Snake Eater. Oh, yeah, MSG2. Yep, that one. I don't think I ever did 3-1. I don't think I did that one. All right, enough of that jibber jabber. The Americans lay in the hills beyond, the Trappendessel. Whiz! The crack of a sniper comes swiftly after. Kenji dives amongst the corpses and slowly crawls his way through the dead Germans. On the other side of the spring, dead Americans. Kenji checks the patch. The Lost Battalion. Kenji crawls forward once again. Exterior, Trepidation continuous. The muddy hill is a collection of shattered fir trees and even more dead Americans. The scars of fire and fury have reached these hills. Kenji crawls to one of the shattered tree trunks and rests. To his left and to his right are the fallen. Exhausted, Kenji lights a cigarette and decides his next move. He takes a well-deserved draw and looks at all the brave men finally at peace. To his left, one of the soldiers opens his eyes. And this would have been in one of the other videos, but it's the 141st guy. Get some of those, partner. Kenji offers 141st guy a cigarette and a light. Cold as a well digger's knee. Sarge! 141st guy rises to lead Kenji to the Trepidation. Skinny husks of men, the Lost Battalion, come out from hiding and gather around the blood-soaked little Nisei. Kenji offers the men cigarettes. They're more than grateful. The men of the 141st huddle for a moment. Some laugh, some cry. All are glad to be alive. From the smoke and snow, coconuts! Kenji yelling back. Effing coconuts! Members of I and K companies appear through the haze. The Lost Battalion is lost no more. After 7 long days, the 141st 1st Battalion is escorted off the Trepidation. Kenji looks around. Of the 200 men from I and K companies, less than 25 remain. Should I repeat? Zach Snider. Listen up here. Kenji looks around. Of the 200 men from I and K companies, less than 25 remain. They are spent force. An I company captain, 22, arrogant and full of himself, struts up to Kenji. Don't stand around. Press the advance. Kenji, we need to clear the mines first. I captain ignores Kenji and heads down the hill with his men. When the captain reaches the bottom of the Trepidation, boom! Another mine. Kenji draws on his cigarette. Yeah, effing, what can I do, P Money? What can I do? I'm trying to help you out here. Last one was pretty filthy, but we're cleaning it up here. Cleaning it up. All right. Oh, I've got this picture. 1 second. Bear with beer. Bear with beer here. Yeah, that's what they were fighting. Let me just expand this real quick. So that's what they were fighting in. And if you can imagine artillery shells coming down and blowing up the trees, and yeah, bad stuff. Okay, so this was the photo that I used for the oh, what am I trying to say here? The the caption that I was doing. We talked about Lieutenant Miller and Lieutenant Colonel Miller and Lieutenant Colonel Parcell. Lieutenant Colonel Miller would be the guy that's standing closest to the flag there. Parcell, I think, is the gentleman to his left. And this is a couple days later. Ooh, I need to size this. 1 second. Let me size this. Size it right. Size it right, Bear. Come on. What are you doing here? This is a professional script reading. Gosh darn it. All right. Anywho, that's what. Yeah, the award ceremony. No, there. Well, I mean, you know, this is a day after Memorial Day. So it would be the 11th of November, which was the end of World War I. So the day after the end of the World War One, I'm sure or the day of, and then maybe the day after too. Probably a little bit bigger holiday in France than it is here, maybe, because they got their country back. And here a second time. An award ceremony, no, not so much. Let me resize a couple of these. This is what it looked like. It was pretty snowy. Pretty snowy out there. Let's see. There we are. Resize it here. Let's see if we can do this number. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Beer with beer. Beer with beer. There we are. Okay. OBS, I tell you, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Exterior, Fez, France, morning. Super. And this is what I said earlier. 12 November 1944 at 9:30 hours. What remains of the 100th 442 Regimental Combat Team are assembled on a snowy field. The exhausted soldiers stand at attention for an award ceremony. Oh, okay, that's what, yeah. Well, yeah, kind of. Sometimes Marco for Anthony Beer doesn't even read the things that he writes sometimes. It just kind of surprises him. General Dahlquist, who, let me pull that up real quick just so you guys can kind of... Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's... Oops. Well, dang it. I tell you what, Bear. Sometimes you work, sometimes you don't. Here's Dahlquist. Terrible. One of the things about especially the campaign in Bifontaine, the one that rescued the Lost Battalion, even the guys in the 141st said, you sent more people and got killed than you did bringing out of the forest. They went up with 1,200 men. They came back with a couple hundred. I forget. I think I wrote it down here. So it was always a question mark. Hey, by the way, Zach Snider, listen up. It was always a question mark whether, this guy sent off the All Nisei battalion to go rescue the All Texans because of certain reasons, So that was kind of always kind of an issue with that with Dahlquist. So that's why he's not kind of a heroic character in here. I think the way that we were doing this was having it where the buck private was more of the hero than the general. Okay. So there's Dahlquist. By the way, I found Hanley. So there he is. Nice gentleman. Maybe I can come back to him in just a minute, but in the meantime, click there. Okay. Anyways, General Dahlquist. Oh, lovely fellow. To Lieutenant Colonel Miller. We gave your boys a day's rest. Hot showers away from the front lines. Pardon me, I'm burping here. The general pins another medal onto another soldier's chest and continues down the line. I really expected more from you, Miller. Should be 1,000 men out here, and you've only assembled a few hundred for me to review. Where are the rest of your men? He hands out another medal and continues down the line. Lieutenant Colonel Miller. This is the rest of the men. Sir, the only ones left. Some of the soldiers are visibly shaken. A few even cry. There they are. There they are. Well, what was left? I don't know. How many you count in there, guys? Not that many. Zach Snider, are you listening? He hands out another medal and continues down the line. Lieutenant Colonel Miller. This is the rest of the men, sir, the only ones left standing. Some of the soldiers are visibly shaken. A few even cry. General Dahlquist looks at the soldier in front of him. Kenji's 1,000-yard stare could reach back to Hawaii. The general throws down Kenji's medal and storms off. Lieutenant Colonel Miller. Thank you, gentlemen. At ease. Lieutenant Colonel picks up the medal and hands it back to Kenji. Kenji. No, sir, I don't deserve that. Miller. Son, what you did up there. Kenji. I can't hack it, sir. I can't. All my friends, my dog, I don't deserve a medal. I deserve a transfer. Lieutenant Colonel Miller. Very well, right this way. Over the past month, K Company started with 100 soldiers. Today, less than 12 remain. Lieutenant Colonel Miller leads Kenji towards a route. Bear, why are you writing silly stuff like this? Lieutenant Colonel Miller leads Kenji towards a row of deuce-and-a-half trucks. Lieutenant Colonel Miller. We've orders to be relieved. The 442 is a spent force. K and I companies took the worst of it. You're a replacement, right? Kenji nods. The men who crossed into Italy with me, and those that are here today, I can count on one hand. They walk past a group of locals, handing out soup. Justine spots Kenji walking past, but he ignores her. Hey, I had a picture of that, didn't I? Continue. Lieutenant Colonel Miller, continuing. We're splitting off the 552 artillery. We're splitting off the 55... Barry, this is terrible. We're splitting off the 552nd artillery. They'll be behind the lines most of the time. Since you were a scout for us before, Lieutenant Colonel Miller greets a familiar face. Lieutenant, well done with the promotion. Lieutenant Scarface salutes back. I want you to look after this young man. He wants to join your unit. I should have reversed that. He wants to join your unit. I want you to look after this young man. Lieutenant Scarface agrees. Then I'll leave you to it. Lieutenant Miller heads off. Lieutenant Scarface, where's the dog? Kenji, got a cigarette, Lieutenant? Lieutenant Scarface hands Kenji a cigarette. I tell you, said it can never be done, but look at us now. Nice, then to the French Riviera. Be the best combat duty ever. Eat it up, kid. Kenji lights his cigarette, and it burns a bright red. And that's the end of Act 2, people. That is the end of Act 2. I can't believe it. We made it. We made it. I thought I was going to fall out, but we made it. Did I pronounce that wrong? Riviera? No, it's not the end. No, not yet. Look, see? Look. I'm not gonna show you everything, but right there, look, I got, what is this? Page 85 out of 110? 100, 108, 110, something like that. I had to cut this down. Man, oh man, it was like 130 some odd pages. Holy cow. LOL, Fallout. Oh, yeah. Well, okay, so this is the part where this is the part where Bear kind of goes into his Goodwin law of himself here, because we are going to be discussing some of those things that Gina Carano was talking about. And Gina Carano was, Bear says, you can't say that the way that you said it. Goodwin's law. So that's why we started out with the Japanese internment camps, and there is a alternate name for internment, but well, anyways, we might be coming around full circle on there. So, if we haven't, I guess if Uncle E still has his channel up with his toy thing, we're gonna see how long. I tell you what, we had violence against Asian Americans by supremacists over there. Now we're talking about that here. We're talking about that. Here they are. You out there, Zach Snider? So we were talking about that. So are we able to talk about that on YouTube? I don't know. So that's one of those things where the dog deserved better. You killed the dog. You monster. I'm a bear. What do you expect bears to do? What do you expect bears to do? So yeah, that actually might be the part that that gets Bears Channel flagged or something like that. Not necessarily the blood and guts between a extremely bloody battle, World War II battle fought in World War I conditions. No, the dog deserved better. That's right. Kind of reminds me of the what was it? They finally found him the other a couple weeks back. It was Lady Gaga, wasn't it? Lady Gaga had her dogs. What was it? You know, God, it was like Mr. Fluffles and something else. Guy was out walking a dog. You know, she had like a professional dog walker or something like that, and freaking got involved in a drive-by. Got involved in a dog kidnapping, and everybody was out. You know, oh my God, the dog. What about the guy that got shot? Anyways, write screenplays that don't kill the dog. Well, there's actually a very famous, I suppose, screenwriting, not a manual, kind of a book, I guess. It's called Save the Cat. So this is, I guess is the opposite. I guess Bear could write his own book. There we go. Kill the dog. Kill the dog. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Little does P Money know that the fourth person here is Mrs. P Money. Oh my God, we actually got 4 people. Holy cow! Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and for like a long time too. We're actually an hour and a half into this. Holy cow! Holy cow! No wonder my bear voice is getting out on me here. My bear voice is giving out on me. Yes. Well, anyways, so yes, to be continued. But also know that the to be continued might be talking about some stuff that. Well, I tell you what. If you want to get a little bit of advance on this, gosh, I saw that they were doing a sequel or remake, I guess, of The Band of Brothers. I guess I don't know if many of you saw might be on HBO Max. I don't know. The Band of Brother miniseries. They did. 15 years ago or so. I guess when what was that? Saving Private Ryan came out. So if you go watch the Band of Brother miniseries, you know, maybe towards the end, might see some similarities there with what we're going to be talking about here. So yeah. Actually, Bear kind of came across some stuff that actually might not have been the 141st? Was that who it was? It was something like that. Or the 100th Airborne. I forget which one it was, the unit, but anyways, might be a little bit inaccurate history there. Well, oh gosh, I can't say that. Holy cow! No. YouTube Bear did not say there is. It's completely accurate history. The Band of Brothers is 110% accurate and no flaws in there whatsoever. But anyways, if you want to check out the Band of Brothers miniseries, you might get a little bit of a jump start on there. Watch the last couple episodes, you might get a jump start on it. What is going on? I'm going to write my own screenplay and the bear dies? Is it like The Revenant? Is that what it is? HD for PlayStation 5. If you can get one. I don't know. I haven't been able to. I don't know. I don't even. Gosh, I think the scalpers are still doing the PlayStation 5. It's the law of equivalent exchange. That's untrue. That could be equity. It could be equity. Yes, indeed. Bear gets his comeuppance from P Money. Yes, indeed. All right. Bear gave up the dog, so now the bear needs to go for someone else's sake. No, like you said, kind of like the low point. The kind of the theme of this whole thing is not fitting in. So, you know, Bear doesn't fit in sometimes either. But Kenji, you know, he doesn't quite fit in sometimes with his family. You know, gets always the family stuff. So you got that. You know, didn't quite fit. How do you fit in a tournament camp? I don't know. Didn't fit it in the internment camp. Didn't quite fit in. You know, some of his mates and all that stuff like that. Once he starts speaking Japanese, doesn't quite fit in with them because they think he's like some sort of imperial spy. They only sent like the really bad people from Hawaii over to the United States. So, gosh, you got to be really, really bad. So they think he's some sort of traitor or something like that. And, his dog hates him, wants to kill him, so he names the dog Sushi and everything. And then poor Kenji loses probably the one friend that he has, although his friend might want to try and bite and eat him sometimes. But, so yeah, definitely Kenji's low point there as well. He's trying to fit in and everything, but yeah. So how is Kenji going to kind of come back from that? How is he going to kind of fit in with everyday normal society? Can he do something to help kind of change things, to kind of make things for the better and everything, that sort of deal? So yeah, this is definitely the lowest point. Always when you're starting your third act, you want your character at his lowest point there. So yeah, that's where we are. Heck, I mean, all his friends died. Pretty much all his friends died except for Lieutenant now Scarface was Sergeant Scarface. But yeah, so yeah, very low point. And then we're gonna get into Act 3, and will Kenji overcome the odds, or will he succumb, to his fate? We shall see. All right, HD for PlayStation 5. Oh, I already read that. Let's see. Oh, Bear gave up. Yes. Get those chopsticks away from the dog. Oh, the jokes. The jokes write themselves. Yes, they do. All right. Well, enough of this jibber jabber. I think I've got a little bit of pizza remaining. A little bit of pizza somehow from little Timmy McTimerson that he got. Yes, the delicious pizza. So, yes, I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And you know what? We're going to come back Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday. And we're going to, is he doing the auction tonight? That's why I'm kind of trying to wrap things up here. So, yeah, hopefully check that out. I hope he accepts salmon sometime. Yeah, we'll check that out on good old Tiny Tom Cruise's channel. There we are. Yeah, we'll do that. But once again, thank you everybody for coming out and checking out Bear's channel here. The lowest point. I mean, we're talking about violence against Asian Americans. Zach Snider, are you out there? $1 million screenplay right here. He kills the dog. Nobody expects the dog to die. Man, oh man, I tell you what. So, anyways, thank you everybody. We're gonna maybe finish this up. Hopefully Wednesday. Hopefully we can come back Wednesday. If not, I'll try and leave something. Hey, it can't happen. But hey, I'm not gonna let you down. I didn't think I was gonna be here today. I thought actually I was gonna be out of town. But Bear was here. Yes, he is. All right, so salmon coin. Need to get on that salmon coin. All right. Anyway, so hopefully Wednesday, I think I'm going to break this up maybe into 2 parts. So we'll do it Wednesday and then wrap it up back here on Saturday. I don't know why I'm doing Irish. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope if I don't see you on Mike Miller's channel, have a great weekend, and we will we'll see you next time. But Bear's going to head back into the woods. So once again, until next time. Grrrr! Grrrr? It should end. Why isn't it ending? Grrrr. There we are. No. Yes. End.